All right, the beans are open here on Tuesday morning. NASDAQ is very quiet, not as much as the ES. It's down about 10 points from the open, 27.19, and the ES is just kind of hanging in there around 14.60. And oil's very quiet. So we've done no trades this morning, and we're watching the oil open. Last night we had a powerful move. We had pulled back from 14.23 to 14.08, as you can see here was a low overnight. And then we had a massive sparked rally there at 3 o'clock that took us from that 14.08 all the way up to 14.36. Now we were looking for that 14.40 area, so I did not have any sells in overnight. I've got some bounce sell offers in right now, a little bit higher, but we have not seen those. The profile again is just, we've gone from 13.51 all the way up to 14.36, so a 6% move over 84 points or so has taken us up, so we've had 6%. So I think this market's going to come in here, and we're watching this and looking for a trade entry. I think we should trade at least to the 15 to the 13 area. I've put a sell in 25, I've got one in at 30, and I've got one in at 34 right now on the beans. So we'll see if these hit 25.50, 30, and 34 and a quarter. I'm offering. All right, still haven't filled on this bean trade. We're now about 30 minutes into the day. We're offering on a bounce here, 24 and a quarter, and we've got some up at 34 and a quarter. We'll leave it at that for now. Again, based on the profile that you see here, to me it looks like we came back into the top range here at 14.18. If we can get a bounce, ideally here at 24.25, I think we still could pull back once again to that 14.12, 15 area. So that's kind of the play that we're looking for, or we're betting that we're not going to close over 14.40 today. If so, we're wrong and the trade's off, and we'll be back. It's very quiet in ES land. I'll take a quick look at that chart. Just again, the range here, we opened really 58 to 59.75, and we're trading at 62. So we're talking a total wide range here in the ES of 4 points. So that's 4 points wide, not even a third of a percentage. So very quiet. NASDAQ a little bit wider, all because of Apple. It is trading, again, still less than a percent wide there, about 27.20 down to 27.05, about 15 points, about a 0.5%. So wider than the ES, but very quiet out here this morning. Okay, we're trading 23.50, 23 quarter, 75, and I'm offering 24 quarter. We're limit traders here, trying to be picky. Again, this is the comeback. You can see the volume falling off here, and you see the profile just kind of boxing in this area, 24 to 20. But again, I think we'll pull back to yesterday's again. We tested that overnight. We tested all the way down here to the low of that range, about 14.08. So I could see us kind of trading back into that comfort zone again, possibly even 14.04, which was where we broke out from yesterday. But again, still haven't filled. Very quiet. The NASDAQ is creeping back up. The S&P has been really just skyrocketing 3 points wide today. So we're choosing not to play in that option. And oil we didn't talk about previously, but also very, very quiet today. So we'll bring up that chart again. You can see it's just trading in the opening range band of about 15 cents. With an outlier there of about a quarter. So just very tight all around. Again, offering 24 quarter on the beans, still haven't filled. Come on now. All right, and we are short one time at 14.24 quarter, just filled here at 8.04 here on the West Coast. We've got an additional sell. Basically, I want to layer into the sell here up to 14.40. So I've got legs that I'm willing to sell. Probably 34 and probably 39 will be my next area above that if the opportunity presents itself. Stopping on any closes today over 14.40 is where I'll be looking. Otherwise, I'm going to kind of give it the day to breathe a little bit. This is day 3 at post USDA, which was Friday, where we tipped down to 13.51. So we are up again 6% in the last 3 days. So we're basically doing a little reversion to the mean trade on right here, based again on our profile. We'll be targeting the low 1410s for now, and looking to pick up some down in this area right now. So we're going to just put our order down there for now and adjust as the day presents itself and move from there. Okay, we've moved half stops here to a 24. We're going to move down a little bit further, 23.50. We're trading 21 as we speak, so this is coming in. We're going to move half the position, as we mentioned, down here to 23, and we'll be back to work out the trade here. Again, bidding lower, 14.12 right now, but protecting the upside with limiting the risk. All right, we've moved half stops down to 22.50. And we'll let it go. It's trading 20.50 again. I think we should at least test this low at 14.18. The big charts to me look like we're going to come back probably into balance around 14.15 at some point today. So I may even move this up just to be less piggish to around 14.15 right now. Okay, another nicely working trade here. We're going to move this down to let's make it 21.50 on half. And we're trading 14.20 again, coming back to at least to the low of the day, and we're bidding down here at 14.15. So we're going to lock in. Let's make it 21.25. Whoops. Lock in 3 points on half. Whoops. Keep dragging it here, and we'll let that go. So that's it. Again, I think we will trade back to this 14.15 at least, and even if I buy half here, I'll leave the other bid here 5 and probably move stop here to break even on the remaining piece. So actually, you could actually let it go a little longer and leave it higher. All right, so we took out half there at 21.25, and I'm going to make this 15 order half of the size now, and we'll give this trade a little bit of room again here. And I'm not going to put a stop in here. I'm willing to sell higher if we bounce here. I'm still thinking that we're going to head a little bit lower. So I'm going to give this a little room. It's basically a free ride all the way up here to this 28 level. So I'm going to kill this order for now and just give this a little room. I might just move my stop to above this area, and that will give me a free trade completely, because we took 3 points to the downside and we're only risking another 1.5 up here on the other half of the trade. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to OCO trade in here, looking for 14.15s and stops over 26 now. Okay, the more time we spend not going down, the more I'm disinterested in this position. So I'm going to move my stop on the other half here down to 23.25. And that'll lock in a point on the other half. Again, we booked 21.25, so we took 3 cents, and we've got another dollar locked in here, which guarantees us a 2-cent move. Again, this trade should, in my opinion, move a little bit more swiftly than it is right now, so I'm just tightening it down. And some trades are better than others, and Morrissey just popped into my head. So we'll be back and finish out this trade, either 23.25 or 15s. Again, we've got the stops here at 23.25. We've been in the trade about 30 minutes, just under 30 minutes. Again, stops at 23.25, locking in a total of 3 cents on the lower half and 1 on the top. So it would be a 2-cent gain here. Not a huge trade, but again, trying not to overstay a market that is already, they trapped all the late longs there in that pre-market action, and now they're probably going to come back and trap anybody that's trying to get short in here. We haven't really directionally made any moves one way or another, so we're in this middle muddling range like the rest of the market. The beans have opened really 25 to 19 and are trading in that range right in the middle at 22.50, so little is being proven here. The profile has us, on the top end here at this 22.50. So it's either going to fall here back to that 15 level, or we're going to get taken out at 23.25 and call it a trade. All right, we moved the stops down to 22. Again, we're trying to go to another new low here at 20. If we can break here, we should run to that. I would think again to that level of 14.15, but we've moved the stop to 22. Again, locking in 2.25 points on the second half. We already booked 3 on the first half, so we've got a total of 2.5, 2 3/4 cents booked on the trade either way. 8:34 and I'm sure we'll be out of this trade pretty soon. All right, outside of walking away from the screens, I'm moving my stop to 21.25, which is where we got out of the other half now. So we've locked in 3 points. It's trading 20.25. It's go, no go time in my book, and my patience is wearing thin on the trade. It's just kind of coiling here. So I'm going to be out for a total of 3 cents or, again, 15, and that's it. We're leaving it. That's my last stop for now on the upside. All right, we were taken out there 21.25. I'm killing my lower 15 bids. So here's the bottom line. The beans are trading very tightly here, really in an 8-cent range here off the open markets, and you know, we took 3 cents. So we took almost 40% of the move that we've seen. We're out of the trade. We were in it 40 minutes, and we're on to the next one. The NASDAQ has come back to its 61.8 line for the morning. Take a quick look at that. And again, right back to key support here, the golden ratio, but too early for me, 8:46. We're coming into the East Coast lunch hours. It's been a very slow morning. The NASDAQ, which has been our widest of the financials of late because of the involvement with Apple, is only 14 wide today on the open hours. That's 27.19 to 27.05. So again, not a ton there to take a bite out of, even with Apple at its core. The ES earlier we had showed was 5 minutes wide, and nothing, I don't think has changed there. So the low 58.25, the high, let's call it 63.25. So we're talking 5 points, or again about 1/3% wide, very tight range. And the beans, which have been active lately, again, are right where yesterday's high was, which was 14.22. That's about where we hit 23.24, and we spiked to 36 pre-market. So they've taken out all the shorts that were holding overnight with that move, and now have kind of come back into this balance, as you see over here, but not enough for me to want to get long. Any pullback for me is going to have to be closer to 1400, maybe 1404 for right now. So that's it. We're back to the sidelines. Hope you had a good morning and a great opening trade there. Peace.